Day 2 of the NFL Draft is in the books. We're going to grade all of the picks so far, but we will be back live in less than 12 hours for Day 3 of the NFL Draft, so do not miss out. Hit that sub button for reaction to every single pick that flows in on Day 3. Let's grade it then. We'll go team by team here. Arizona, I'm giving them an A-. Marvin Harrison Jr., I love the pick. Darius Robinson was fine value. Max Melton was a little bit early for me. I love Trey Benson at 66. Kind of shocked they took the 2 Illinois kids, what they did. Isaiah Adams, Tip Rymett. Elijah Jones got sleeper upside, though. It's a good class, though, for Arizona. Falcons fans can be mad at me. That's fine. I don't understand drafting Michael Penix at 8. I'm sorry. You're going to sit him for 2 years? You can win it. You can win the division, and you're going to sit a quarterback for 2 years? That's old? I just don't understand it. Ruka was a reach for me. I had him more in the 50s. I will say I love the Braylon Trice pick at 74. That was my favorite pick by a big margin, but these picks are weighted for the earlier rounds. The Ravens do what they always did. They took a falling Nate Wiggins at 30, I think slapped the Niners from Roger Rosengarten at 62, and got good value for Adisa Isaac at 93. They've got 2 fourths tomorrow, by the way. Don't sleep on them. The Bills, only 2 picks. I do value more options. They're going to have a bunch of picks tomorrow, so that this grade might jump a little bit there. Keon Coleman was solid value. So was Cole Bishop. 2 needs, 2 second-round picks. They had some success from that perspective in terms of landing those options where they had them. I'm excited to see how things move forward there with those main picks. Carolina, I'm going to give them a B-. I overall like what they did. I think they got some good football players. I thought there were a little early on some of these selections, all things considered. I forgot to mention Dwayne Carter for the Bills. Also a good pick. My bad on that front. Want to make sure I mention every pick today. Leggett, Brooks, and Wallace were good, solid value, but not home run value. So that's a B- good grade for me. Chicago, you got Marvin Harrison, you got Rome Odunze, you added Karan Amagaji. I think that was good value in the third, about where I had him graded too. How can you be mad about building out that offense moving forward? Cincinnati, they go home with Amari Mims, who I love his game a lot. Chris Jenkins, who a little early for me on Jenkins. Burton was the right range. McKinley Jackson was a little bit early, but you had massive needs along the defensive line. I have no complaints about double dipping overall for the Bengals. Again, B+ is a good draft. Be happy. Who is the best draft pick so far? All 100 picks, whatever the exact number is there. Favorite pick so far? It's the pinned comment on today's video. The ad comes here on YouTube. Take advantage of it. Head down there and go vote. And the Browns only have 2 picks. I thought Michael Hall, it's about where I thought he was going to go. I wasn't as high on him. I thought Zach Zinter was a little bit early. If you only have 2 picks in the mid-second or the late second to late third, how are you going to have a great draft? So I'm going to give him an average draft 4C. Browns fans can be mad. Whatever. The Dallas Cowboys, B-. I'm fine with Guyton. I loved the Cooper Beebe pick. I was okay with Marshawn Nealon, and I didn't have Maurice Leofau graded very highly. I had him at 200. So it's not a bad draft, but it borders on average. No 4th, by the way, is going to hurt them tomorrow unless they make a trade. Denver. I don't believe in Bo Nix. So if you do believe it, you can give him a higher grade. That's fine. I hope Sean Payton's right there for Denver fans and his sake. I did like Jonah Ellis in the 3rd, but again, you're light on draft picks there. Detroit's a B. Double dipping at corner was very interesting to me. Terrion Arnold, Ennis Rakestraw, 2, I think, great value on Arnold, fine value on Rakestraw, but you also traded down, which I again, light on draft picks there, but it's a good draft. Green Bay, some good, some bad, and one ugly. Jordan Morgan, you need O-line help. Fine gamble there in round 1. Loved Edgerrin Cooper. Liked the value a lot on Javon Bullard. Marshawn Lloyd was a good pick. I'm higher on him than most, but he does scare me because he's got terrible vision. Tyron Hopper was early than a lot than what I should have done. He's actually been my lowest graded player drafted so far. But it's a good draft. It's a good draft. One bad pick's not going to sink it totally. Now, today's show is made possible by Mando. Spring into the season with a deodorant that can handle the heat. Mando is clinically proven to work hard all day. And instead of covering up BO with heavy fragrances, Mando stops odor at the source, stopping the stink from happening in the first place. Created by a doctor, Mando whole body deodorant is powerful enough for the toughest body odor, but gentle enough to use everywhere, allowing you to put Mando on the old family jewels without any worry. Mando's starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like the mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. Luckily, we have a discount code for you to get you hooked on my favorite whole-smelling body deodorant on the market. $5 off the starter pack that we just mentioned with our exclusive code. That is CHAT, C-H-A-T. That's over 40% off the starter pack at shopmando.com. That's shopmando.com. Shopmando.com. Link and the code will be in the comment section and the description of today's show. Let's go to the Houston Texans again. Light on draft capital here. It was a little early for Kamari Lassiter for me. Okay value on Blake Fisher, which I don't know if he needed a right tackle. I was kind of surprised by the need angle there. Maybe you got some concerns long term. Maybe you try one of them at guard even. Kalen Bullock, I am excited about, but he does scare me. He's got range, got ball skills. He is not a good tackler. Little boomer bust there. Indianapolis, Liatu was the first defensive player taken. Kind of surprised by that one. I love the gamble. There's off-field stuff with A.D. Mitchell. Great value there. Matt Gonzalez at a Pitts. Curious where he plays. A little surprised corner's not been drafted for him. That's my main complaint so far. Jacksonville, give him a B. I like the Brian Thomas Jr. pick. I actually love that one. I thought Mason Smith was a pretty big reach. There's upside, there's downside pretty heavily as well. Jerry and Jones, I was higher on than most, so I do like that later third-round pick. Kansas City has 2 picks. Xavier Worthy, Kingsley Sumataya. Both those guys were in my top 35. It's a pretty good class. Lighter volume. They've got a couple picks tomorrow, but I do like that haul overall. The Raiders. So I do love the upside of Brock Bowers. It's a fun pick. Love Jackson Powers-Johnson. Hated Delmar Glaze in the third. Huge reach for me. So it's a good draft. If Bowers is a unique fit, I think that'll work in Vegas, though. Love the JPJ value. Didn't like Glaze, though. Who is your biggest winner so far in the NFL draft? Go ahead and sound off for me in the comment section. Biggest winner. Drop that team name in the comments. I love what the Chargers have done, man. They got some picks tomorrow, by the way. A couple 5s and a 4. Joe Alt, my top tackle. Ladd McConkey, a top 30 overall player for me. And Junior Colson, a top 60 player for me. They got value at every pick relative to my board. Easy A for me. Easy A. Can't wait till they can get another corner there in the early 4th. The Rams. I like Jared Verse a lot. I was high on Braden Fisk. Blake Corum was interesting. I was lower on Cameron Kinchins. That's okay. They'll be fine. Next year's class without the second rounder will be graded lower, but that's next year's class. I'm not going to double ding them for that. Miami. They're going to be a lower grade because they've got no 3rd, no 4th, and they get a 5th rounder later. I thought Chop Robinson was a dangerous, risky pick. I do think Patrick Paul has upside as a future left tackle, but my concern is you drafted a backup left tackle and a backup edge rusher. 2 talented players with immense upside. I get the value there. I'm anxious. Minnesota, J.J. McCarthy, Dallas Turner. No 3rd, no 2nd, but you got 2 really good linchpins, so still a B+ for me. New England, I believe in Drake May. I thought Jalen Polk was a little bit high, and I thought Caden Wallace was high. If you can end up with 2 starters there and you have the franchise quarterback, it's an A grade. But I didn't love the value, but I still believe in Drake May. The Saints, there's only 2 picks. But I think one of my favorite 1st and 2nd round pick combos was New Orleans. Talese Fuaga and Khalid McKinstry, I love that duo. Now, again, it's light on draft capital. I'll ding them a half grade there. But if I were a Saints fan, I'd be pretty damn happy with the way the draft has gone through the first 2 picks. The Giants, Malik Neighbors, love him. I do think Newman went in the right range. And And I think I was lower than most on Andrew Phillips, but I think he's a good fit for what the Giants want to do on defense. So I do like what they did, although they only have 3 picks tomorrow. Biggest loser so far in this year's NFL draft. Sound off for me in the comment section right now who you think the biggest loser was from day 1/2. We'll merge them together overall. The Jets also had 2 picks, but I like them. Olu Fashanu and Malachi Corley. Couple 4s tomorrow are going to be very, very interesting. Philadelphia. I am curious where Cooper DeJean ends up playing. I thought Jalen Hunt has immense upside, but another edge. I thought that was a little bit early. That like premium guys, I get it. I love Quinyon Mitchell. So again, this is probably a top 10 overall class for me. Back-to-back years, I freaking love what Pittsburgh's done, man. Troy Faltanu, I had a top 15 grade on. Zach Frazier, I had a top 40 grade on. Roman Wilson was a top 50 player for me. So was Peyton Wilson with major medical concerns. F the medical concerns. Pittsburgh, I think, has 4 potential stars with their first 4 picks. I love what they have done. This is my favorite draft class this year, easily. Oh, San Francisco. Ricky Pearsall was a surprise pick. I actually like Renardo Green, and I like Dominique Puny, but I thought Pearsall and Green were really kind of surprising borderline reaches for me. Seattle only has 2 picks. I like both those picks a lot, though. Byron Murphy, Christian Haynes. Murphy was my 16th overall player. Love the value on Haynes. They needed a guard. They got one. It's a good start for Seattle. Tampa got Graham Barton. Love the value. Chris Braswell. Love the value. Tyke Smith. Like the value. Okay value, maybe. Jalen McMillan. Love the value. That's an A, folks. Good job. The Tennessee Titans are a very interesting team for me in terms of figuring out the grades here. I'm scared of them. They drafted the size. I'll be nice with the B-. I might change my mind on this one later on day 3. I do trust Bill Callahan with J.C. Latham. If you trust Tavondre Sweat off the field, he could be an incredible piece alongside Jeffrey Simmons, but that does scare me. Finally, the Washington Commanders here. I'm going to stick with the B- for them. I love Johnny Newton. I love Mikey Sainristil. I thought Brandon Coleman was fine. Ben Sinnott was early. Luke McCaffrey was early. I have Jaden Daniels as quarterback 3, but it's fine. I think this is a good draft, but it's not an elite draft for me. I will say, more picks to come. I like the volume. Don't be upset with the Commanders fans there, folks. Worst draft pick so far. Drop that player-team match for me in the comments.